Hello, YouTube. This is Small Screen Spoiler Show pre-show. Starting up here in just a few minutes, getting everything set up. Loading up all of the things, buttoning all the buttons. Shutting off all of the Facebooks. Alright. Alright. Audacity test. Test 1, 2, 3, test 1. Jazz.
Testing to 1315. Wait.
Yeah, that works. Alright, and music test. Cool. Alright, stop that. Stop that. Alright, now I'm gonna put us up on the Alpha Geek. So you can listen on your mobile device. We're at tunein.alphageekradio.com. It is tunein, TUNEIN, .alphageekradio.com for all of the ways you can listen to all of your Alpha Geek programming, including all of the Geek IO Network stuff. Alright, before I go live on Alpha Geek, I'm going to actually go ahead and go AFK really quick, close some doors. Benefit of recording in the office. Heavy doors a go-go. Alright. And I'm going to button this button right here. I like Small Screen Spoiler Show, and then it is right above the Frog Pants Spoiler Show. Yeah, boy.
We know what that spoiler show is.
Oh, yeah. Alpha Geek Radio 3, Small Screen Spoiler Show, save settings, and go, go, go. Connecting, and we are on the air at approximately 30-something seconds.
Oh, shit!
What was that?
I don't know, something fun.
It was a very odd noise that just escaped you just now. Very frightened.
Don't be afraid.
I'm quite afraid.
Come on.
Alright, and I'm going to double check by going to tunein.alphageekradio.com and going over to audio channel 3 and making sure I hear myself. Yay, I hear myself over on tunein.alphageekradio.com. Sorry, Todd told us to pimp it as much as possible, so you're getting many pimps.
Pimp, what was that?
TuneIn.alphageekradio.com. Hi, Rachel. Rachel's going to bed. It's alright, still cute. I'm going to go over to the video channel. Video channel 3, and hopefully it'll work.
You never know. You never know. You never do know.
No, you never really do.
Let's see.
Alright.
Almost done.
I've submitted the URL for that, so I go back over to tunein.alphageekradio.com. go over to... We should probably set up our chat. Go ahead and set that up over on there too. Because, I mean, not like we're not so integrated into the system that it's... I'm going to assume we're live? F! Come on. Flash disabler, yay! Sometimes works too well. I don't know if it's working. Might be working. On that note, though, why don't you give me the good that you are good? We will be good, and we will go do our goodness.
3, 2.
No problem.
Okay.
I'm installing
I'm good.
Cardcast, so I'm all right.
I got my overlays done. We're good.
All right, so we are good with that. So I'm going to switch over to the main bit here. Get my ugly mug all up in this piece. And... oh, crap, my phone is out there. That's all right. All right, so... gonna go in 5, 4, 3, 2. The following is a production of the Geek.io Media Network. For more geeky goodness, go to geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geekio for more information.
The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Mobile low bandwidth simulcast of this show available on Alpha Geek Radio. Using your mobile device web browser, go to mobile.alphageekradio.com to tune in now.
With that, and that it is Tuesday night, it means it's time for another small screen spoiler show. Welcome. This is episode number 3, recorded the 10th of February. Indeed. 10th of February 2015. I'm CJ. Why is your mustache so sad? Boat. And he's Jarred Stripper Pole in a Mosque Azevedo.
Howdy ho.
And we are here to spoil you on all of the things you want to be spoiled on because you deserve it.
You know you do.
And just like every other episode, I'm going to remind you that while we may talk about episodes 1, 4, and 15 of specific shows individually, we will also be speaking of previous iterations of those shows and previous episodes of those seasons. That being said, Better Call Saul may indeed have Breaking Bad spoilers in it.
Absolutely.
Be forewarned on that one. So if you have not seen or heard about or care to be spoiled for Better Call Saul Season 1, Episode 1, Uno, Agent Carter, Season 1, Episode 4, The Blitzkreig Button, or Gotham, Season 1, Episode 15, The Fearsome Dr. Crane, come back later. We'll be happy to we'll be here. We'll wait. Don't worry. All right. Before we get into that, a little bit of pre-show banter. We haven't done any of that. You've been watching anything other than these shows?
No.
And the challenge show?
I watched one episode of Arrow, then you gave me the new challenge show, and I did finally watch Days of Future Past. But
nice.
I'll save that for that other show we do.
Yes, because that is
because I watched it on a small screen, but it wasn't a small screen show.
Indeed. We might actually go into that here in approximately 8 to 10 episodes of that other show. You realize that's basically what that's going to become, right? It's basically going to be big screen spoiler show.
I don't have a problem with that.
Me either.
Do you have
I
a
don't
problem
think
with
Dale
that?
does either. I don't.
No, it's going to be terrible Thursday movie night big screen spoiler show.
There we go. That's actually what we should call it, just for fun. Pull my camera down a little bit so people can see my awesome Diamond Club shirt, because Diamond Club, baby, yeah. And yes, I know
Just
we're
have
up against them on that other channel on tunein.alphageekradio.com, but I loves me some Jury and Schwood, so
It's okay. I don't mind playing second fiddle to Jury and Schwood.
just forewarned, if you go to Dragon Con, you have to feel his beard. It's softer than it looks.
Does he use
Unlike
Texas
Budlong,
Beard
which
Company
is-
products?
I'm guessing so, even though they're not sponsors of the show. But unlike Budlong's is awfully scratchy.
Yeah. Mine's pretty soft when I trim it.
Yeah, mine is too. When I actually do stuff to it, and it's actually very, very soft, but not as soft as Jerry's. It's like laying on a furry pillow. But that is not what we're here to discuss. First up on the list is Better Call Saul, the most anticipated show, at least in my opinion, for a long time for this show.
And look, Daryl, our images kind of match, so
It will be the only time that happens.
get over it. It's the one I found on the
Yeah,
internet
right.
in 30 seconds.
All of mine are from Wikipedia, so whatever's up on Wikipedia as the official title, as the official show thing, that's what I put up.
Oh, that's where you got it. Okay.
Yep,
I should do
all of
that
them are
next
from
time
Wikipedia.
instead of Googling Better Call Saul title card.
Yeah, literally, all of my title cards are from Wikipedia. All right, so numero uno is Uno. I got some notes. See, I have them recorded on paper-ish again, except this time it's on note cards.
Oh, fancy.
Yes, mainly because these are much easier to carry around than a notebook.
So I gotta know, did you think it was tight?
Oh, tight!
Tight!
Oh, man. I've been...
And I feel bad because it's like the last 1 second of that show has overshadowed everything else that happened in that episode.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Just seeing Tuco just pop up, just like...
It was
oh
just
my
so well
God.
played. You couldn't help it, you know? Because you go through the episode, and the episode was great. I would love it.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know, this whole con thing's going on, and he comes in, and you're like, where is this going? And he opens the door,
Yeah,
and there's
right?
a gun. It's like, oh, man, things are about to get crazy. And he
Well, I
pulls him
heard
in, and then
Miho,
Tuco,
and I'm like, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no.
and Tuco pokes his head out, I'm like, oh, Tuco's so crazy! Tuco's so
Yeah.
crazy!
Oh, man, I'm just kind of hoping that this is before his... before he became that Tuco, and I want to see that escalate. Like
I don't know. I don't know. I have a
that's
feeling
officially
Tuco
what I
was
want
always
out of this
that way.
series. Yeah, well, I mean, he had to start somewhere. I mean, he was taking the chili pea from Jesse in season 1 before Heisenberg came into the picture.
This is true. This is true.
Because he did mention, this is much better than that chili pea bullshit you gave me. Oh, by the way, if you watch this show and you have kids around, I'm sorry, because they are not afraid to sling around like... But if you didn't watch Breaking Bad, this is a horrible show to start off this season, to start off that entire thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
Katie watched
first-
none of Breaking Bad, but she was like in the kitchen working on stuff while I was watching this. So she saw the courtroom scene, and the
Oh,
video. She's like,
Poor
and she was
head.
highly disturbed by that. She really couldn't let it go. It's like, did they just have sex with that dead body?
Yes. Well, it wasn't a dead body. It was just a head.
But they cut the head off first.
Yep.
Yeah, that happened.
Welcome to the Breaking Bad universe.
That is dark. I was like, yeah, well, it's a Breaking Bad spinoff. Dark is kind of what they do.
Yeah, dark comedy is all up in this, man. Dear Lord.
Oh, that whole scene was just made me feel uncomfortable. It was like, man, it just kept going too.
Yeah, right. It just didn't end. And that's the one thing I love about this entire thing is Vince Gilligan has somehow created this universe where like you take something to its logical conclusion and just keep pushing.
Making you squirm, and you don't. They didn't actually show anything. They just they let you hear what was happening. You knew what was happening.
And by the way, and this is going to go in actually
jeez.
one of my notes, is they went through a lot of effort and obviously a lot of money to make this entire thing seem as decrepit and horrible as humanly possible.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And it's obvious that the money was spent on it because everything was meticulously placed and everything like this. It wasn't just like they just happened to take over a courtroom. No, this was fully staged, and you could tell like a lot of money was probably used to get these really old things and make them work.
These dumpy little courtroom with the VCR.
With the files.
Where'd they get a VCR?
Right? A VCR that worked that well, by the way. No VCR
This is true.
has ever worked that well.
Some high def VHS.
Right? Like, so I mean, through the entire episode, like, you went through a lot of effort to make everything seem so poor. If I have to say one thing against the episode, it's that it seemed more staged than Breaking Bad ever did.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, there's always going to be inevitable comparisons to Breaking Bad, but it also needs to be its own thing.
Yes.
Even though it very, very, very much has every Breaking Bad feel about it.
Oh yeah, like that. I mean, the entire first scene, like the first 2 minutes, where it's a Saul post identity change. Yeah. Like, that entire thing just felt so much like the first 5 minutes of Breaking Bad that it wasn't even funny.
Yes. I mean, it was even in black and white, because apparently when they do the future, when you're looking into the future, it's black and white. Whether it be a teddy bear in a swimming pool or Saul Goodman working at a Cinnabon with a porn stash.
Oh my God! Oh, that's yes. I actually had that as your title, like as you're going. It was Cinnabon porn stash, and then I'm like, oh no. I'm looking through the episode. I'm looking through the through the synopsis, and I'm like, oh yeah, stripper pole in a mosque. That's so much better than Cinnabon porn stash.
Oh, I love it. And they even make him look they make him kind of look like Walt too. Like, he's wearing the same kind of glasses. Mm-hmm. He's got the stash. It's
I noticed that too. I'm
more porny than Walt's was, but
yeah. I'm like, first couple of looks on him, like, because I'm watching on my Surface, and I'm like, is that Walt? Huh? Oh no! Nope. That is definitely not Walt. I love this is something I loved all through Breaking Bad too. These subtle hit you in the subtle, but yet still able to hit you in the face somehow. Product placements.
Cinnabon.
Yeah, that's all through the entire season or series of Breaking Bad is those subtle but over the top product placements that you didn't think would actually they shouldn't be there, but it's cool that they exist.
It's always cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was an awesome product placement. Porn stash Odenkirk was my second note on here. They got right away into just showing how weak Jimmy actually is. And by the way, his name is not Saul Goodman, if that was not clearly an obvious thing.
No, it's James McGill.
Yep, James McGill. And they did not waste any time just showing how weak and insecure he really and truly is. Mm-hmm. And though I will give Bob Odenkirk something, man, without saying a single thing, there was not a ton of dialogue in this entire episode.
No, not at all.
But yet,
unless you count talking to himself.
Yeah, right. But he still expressed so much without talking as much, and that's such a hard thing to pull off.
No, he was great. I mean, Bob Odenkirk, I've got him here. Leading man Bob. He's
Oh yeah,
doing just fine in the leading role. I have no
yep,
problems with him. Like that was probably my one worry was, can you take Saul Goodman and turn him into the lead character and make it still something awesome? And yes, you
yes.
can. Yes, you can.
Well, I think it's because he didn't start off with that Saul Goodman. You start off with
Yeah,
him being so humble and so destitute that he's living with one of his freaking clients. I think he's pretty sure he's living with that Chuck guy and his tuberculosis soup.
trichinosis too.
Oh, yeah,
No, Chuck.
trichinosis too.
Chuck isn't his client. Chuck is. I mean, there's
No, it's
some
a client of
relationship
his.
there because
Yeah, I'm pretty
Chuck's
sure
last
he's
name is
Charles
McGill.
But
But is that
I
his
think he,
dad? Is it his brother? Is it his uncle? Is it
I don't
who
know.
is
I know
Chuck?
he's representing him though, but like the way that
Yeah,
when he went up into the Hamilton law firm, like there was obvious this multi-year relationship there, up to and
yeah,
including that they were trying to give him new cases. Like they were giving him listings for public defendant cases.
hmm
Um, yeah, I don't know if it's. By the way, I don't know if it is Albuquerque who's still stuck in like the early '90s where this is supposed to be taking place, but man, that's believable. It doesn't seem as fabricated as, say, Peggy Carter does or Agent Carter does, and
yeah.
fabricated in a good way. I said countless times how much I love Agent Carter and how well it pulls off the '40s, but obviously it's fabricated. This, like, I don't know if it's Albuquerque or what, but man, they pull off early '90s like there's nobody's business.
Yes, they do it well. They do it well. It's well embraced. TVs look great.
Yeah, everything
Oh
is like
no, the
they don't
wood
do any
paneling
kind of
everywhere.
slips. Well, I guess I guess it's not early '90s because there's relatively modern cell phones, so you're probably looking at like see
Well, we
2005
had
is when Breaking Bad started, and that's when the year that it took place. So you're probably looking at like
98.
'98.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we had flip phones in '98, right?
Hashtag CJazz. Holy crap! We did not just do that again.
Of course we do that. This is what we do.
Yeah, all the time, even in real life, folks. We are of one mind. Um, yeah, we had flip phones because I remember having an old Singular wireless flip phone that I could play Snake on um, back in '98.
My first flip phone was the Razor.
Nice.
Yeah. I got it like 2 years after it was cool.
Yeah. My cousin was
So
working
I
for
think that was
Singular
like
Wireless, and
2002.
yeah, my cousin was working for Singular Wireless at the time. And he's like, "We got all these phones, and here you go." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, boy." At the time, that phone was like, we got the phone that was like $800, man. It was like, I had the thing for like 5 years.
Yeah, I know. My first cell phone was the little Nokia. It wasn't a flip phone, but it was like this big. It was like a little
Yeah.
tiny colored one. It's the ones I had in
Mhm.
Charlie's Angels. That's what it's famous for. Had that one for a long time, and then the Razor.
Nice. Um, oh yeah, Traffic Man, freaking Mike Ehrmantraut, man.
Oh, Mike.
I love him just being there, being Mike still, man. Even though he's not, bodyguard hitman yet, he's still Mike, and it's awesome. You're missing one
According
sticker. But I
according to
have
the internet, the first flip phone was '96.
okay. So yeah, that placed firmly in like '98, '99.
Oh, and there's my little Nokia 99. I guess that's the first phone I had was 99.
Um, but yeah, so you were. Yeah, I love that little cameo, but yeah, it's still all sorts of Ehrmantraut just like up in there.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to seeing his role expand and how that happens.
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, obviously, it's just like he's just there doing a job. Like they obviously have no communication with each other. Everything is brown. Like everything is just monotone. Like even outside of the black and white futurescape, everything is just brown. And I know that's
Just
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
Yeah,
and that's apparently the color
Albuquerque.
palette they've chosen for the show too.
Yeah, it
Brown,
is so
brown and
brown.
yellow. Everything's brown
Yep.
and yellow.
Yep, with a little bit of red here and there.
Red,
But yeah,
red's
brown
fine.
and yellow. Just
Lots of brown, lots of yellow.
terracotta all up in that. And
I mean, he drives a yellow and blue.
beat
I
down
think.
horrible piece of shit car. Oh my
Yes.
god, that car.
Vince Gilligan's all about the cars.
Yeah, right. I
There's
thought the Aztec
the
was
cars.
bad. I
Yeah, the
saw
cars
that
are always
car.
some kind of character in themselves,
Yep.
or some extension of the character that drives
Smoking
them.
and like horrible and won't start half the time.
Come on, come on.
Windshield from that kid who looked a lot like a geeky kid from Pete and Pete.
Geeky. Hmm.
The one with the glasses that could take a hit, obviously.
Yeah.
Made $632 over getting hit by a car twice.
Twice in one day.
Oh man, I
Topped
saw
by
him,
Slippin' Jimmy.
Slippin' Jimmy.
He starts making his,
They're
his
not gonna
dirty
make it.
con.
They're
but-
not gonna make it at all. They got pulled in by Tuco. They're so dead. They're so dead.
Clearly, Saul will survive, but I don't know
Yeah,
how.
so Saul, obviously, spoiler alert, is going to win. Those kids, probably not so much. Mainly because they were insulting his grandma. And, oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
You do not insult Tuco's family, or everything is going to get real tight around there. It's just sad that I'm not going to
punched to
hear him
death in
say
a-
that. Like,
In a
because
what is it?
punch to death in a junkyard. Yep.
Punch to death in a
Punch to
junkyard.
Oh yeah. Can no one in this entire universe, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, make a real voicemail message? Because he called Geeky Pete and they're like, do it. I'm like, really? Come on. Really?
Really?
Ugh. It still bothers me when people are like, hello? You've totally got my voicemail. I'm going to stab you in the eye.
You will die. You will die for your sins.
Okay, then my last note was Slippin' Jimmy's in tight.
Slippin' Jimmy. Oh man.
So what do you
He's-
got for Better Call Saul?
I think we hit most of them. The only other ones I was like, what's with Chuck? Like, what is his disease he has? Or is he crazy? I can't.
I don't know. I know he was talking about the electromagnets. Like everything was electromagnets.
Yeah,
So
you leave your cell phone in the mailbox and...
yeah, but what is he gonna beat? Like that's one thing is I don't know what he's gonna beat and get better. I don't understand.
Is he beating his insanity, or does he have some kind of weird heart condition? I don't... Clearly, they
No,
left
but
lots of
let's get
questions
that-
open for that.
Let's get that guy some chili pea from Cap'n Cook, and he'll be all better.
All better. It'll fix him right up. And that nail salon that has his office in the back with the water heater.
Mrs. Nguyen is awesome.
Is that the nail salon that he was trying to get Walt and Jesse to launder their money through?
Yep,
Yeah, okay.
that is that
Just-
same nail salon.
Gotta
You
be.
come a water for customer. So awesome. Oh, she's so great. Just like I'm like, all right, I'm in love with that woman. She has like 3 lines, and I'm like, all right, she needs to be back more. You're not drinking that. You come a water for customer. Oh man.
yes. I'm
yes.
infinitely
I'm totally
excited about number 2. I can't
Yeah,
wait
I'm
to watch it.
so in. Like, I'm not even like. There's not even a question. Like, and the thing is as if Better Call Saul would have floundered on the pilot, the normal excuses that you can give for a pilot don't work here. because everybody knows each other. It's the same production company, same production crew from Breaking Bad. It's 75% of the main cast. It's you had no excuses with this, so you had to nail it.
Nope. I mean, they're already in these characters, and
Yep. And they
there's
nailed it.
no getting used to a character. No, they done
I'm
the
down. I'm so
crap
down.
out of it. I loved it. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah. All right. That means we are up to nope. Agent
Talking
Carter.
Agent
There we
Carter
go.
next, right?
Yep.
Sorry, they just kept flying back and forth, and I got confused.
Agent Carter, season 1, episode 4, the Blitzkreig Button. And this episode,
Blitzkreig Button.
not Tony Stark, Jesus Christ, Howard Stark shows up and his mustache is sad.
Oh, that's the sad mustache. Okay.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about Odenkirk's mustache.
No.
Because his mustache was sad too. A
Yes, it
little
was
frightening,
very
but sad. He was very sad.
But
except for when he was
but-
watching his old TV guides.
yeah,
But we're done
right.
talking about that show. I'm sorry. Go on.
But Peggy pulls Howard Stark up through the laundry chute and is like, "Oh, Howard, why is your mustache sad?" Like, that is so awesome. She's so adorable. Oh my god.
Mm.
I should probably flip to my notes for Agent Carter. Actually, watch these in backwards order that we're talking about them, so I wrote them down in backwards order. I watched Gotham first, then Agent Carter, then Better Call Saul today.
Oh, okay. Well, I watched Agent Carter then Gotham yesterday, and no. Gotham Sunday. Better Call Saul yesterday.
Oh god. All right. By the way, nailed it on Dottie. Nailed it.
Yep, here's my note. CJ was right.
Yeah.
I never doubted you, but, I'm glad we have
I just
confirmation.
looked at her, and again, I know tropes. You linger on a character for too long, that's not just a random character.
Nope.
So I'm
And
still.
and I
giving
love how
Hydra
they
bias
set
on.
up weird. Well, I don't know what that guy was, but set him up as like this bad guy throughout the entire episode, and like
Just
right
snaps
there
his
about
neck.
to assassinate Peggy Carter.
Is that an automatic gun?
Is that
I
an
want
automatic
it.
gun?
Snap.
I want that to snap. Like, oh, okay.
Fucking awesome automatic handgun, though, man. That gun was cool as hell. Like,
Oh
that
yeah,
gun was so cool, man.
that's why she took it.
Oh yeah, I'd take it too. Jump off a wall and snap some dude's neck.
Is she bad or is she good? I am not. I
I'm
think she's
still
bad.
guessing Hydroviathan, whatever they're gonna
No,
call
she's
it.
Leviathan, but she still has her voice box.
Not all of the heads of Leviathan have to be cut off. I mean, she's too pretty to cut the voice box out of. Plus, she's a spy, so there's that.
Need your voice box if you're a spy.
Yes, it is important. Even if you're an accidental spy, you need your voice box. Man, Howard Stark is so great. Like, every little piece that he's in just is fantastic. He's just this horrible, despicable, gross human being, but he's so great at it.
He's just he plays smarmy very well.
Yeah, man. He's
like,
not
man,
overused.
No, he's just right. He's just right. He almost overused in this episode, but it was, I guess, a necessity thing.
Yeah, and while he can also pull off smarmy very well, he also does serious pretty well as well. With the Captain America weirdness, blood that he has.
Yes. What's in the vial? And what's in the vial?
I
I'm
bet.
not mad.
I guess it's
Just
better
wanna know.
than. Well, it's Captain America's blood.
Yeah. What you gonna do with that?
It's from Project Rebirth, and when he said Project Rebirth instead of Captain America, dude, the look on Peggy Carter's face. I'm like, oh, I looked at the look on her face, and I'm like, damn, that woman can act. Because it was a it was a great picture between genuine heartbreak and pure unbridled rage.
And then she punched him.
Yeah, then she
Right in the
knocked
face.
The fuck out. Yeah, she knocked him out. She's like, done.
Boom, you're done.
and then like what else is in that hidey hole she has there? Because there was something else in there.
The one she made from the wall?
Yeah. There was something else in there from the way the camera was there. There was a box or something in there. And two, how the hell could no one hear that?
She was playing jazz music really, really, really loud.
Yeah, but still, soft jazz music and boom, 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 boom. No, jazz music of that type does not have thump, 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 thump.
I don't know. You could take down some bricks with jazz music, probably.
Smoothly take down bricks. She didn't seem as strong in this episode. Like, not as strong of a woman in this episode as the last one, as in the previous few episodes. And I'm guessing mainly because just the camera was slightly shifted off of her because of Howard Stark being there.
Mm-hmm.
But she just seemed not super weak, but more along the lines of a woman in the 1940s. Mainly because, all right, let's go get the lunch specials, or let's go get the lunch orders.
Oh. No, I think she's just like kind of caught between two different places. Where,
Yeah.
She's at work where they just treat her like crap, and now the people that she thought was her friends are also treating her like crap and using her, and she's just kind of like, just
Yeah,
F
right.
all of this.
And then this
Whatever.
guy has my boyfriend's blood.
Dead
the
boyfriend's
hell?
blood. Why is this here?
But it just seemed like she wasn't as strong. And speaking of not as strong, Jarvis, because Jarvis wasn't in this episode as much as the other episodes, it just felt like something was missing from it. James Darcy is such a great actor and such a good part of this entire environment. Having him out of the spotlight it actually hurts the show.
I can see that. But this is clearly, the middle episode, so they're transitioning and setting up everything for
this is the
3.
beginning of Act 2. Yeah, this is like right in that lull. It's just like it's not. I mean, again, this is the midpoint. This is the midway point. Literally, there are 8 episodes. We're on episode 4.
Yep. So it's okay. So here's Howard Stark. Here's his real motivation was to get Captain America's blood. The Leviathan stuff. There was a bunch of dead Russians, but Germany had nothing to do with it. So what was that? And Peggy's kind of stuck in the middle, about to get caught.
Yeah, and it's
around.
obvious that she's going to get caught. And I'm wondering if it's going to be like Victor, or if it's going to be like a douchebag main guy.
Blonde-haired douchebag.
Yeah.
Still don't know his name.
No, me either. I'll give him something, though, man. At least he is the most real person there.
Yeah.
Like, he
And
did.
that's what she says.
All the other ones...
The people who are jerks, I was like, people who aren't my friends are more honest to me than my friends are.
Yeah, right. But I mean, it's like the other ones kind of treat Peggy with a little bit of respect, but not too much, and kind of do the whole like snicker behind her back. Not this guy. He is straight up. He goes, the problem with you is like you think you're being a man basically, and you're never gonna be that. And I'm like, oh, well, at least it's out there. Great job, douchebag guy. You're a douchebag, but hey.
Keep right on douchebagging.
Yep. Oh, Super MacGuffin. Oh my God. I'm not a huge fan of the Chekhov's gun / MacGuffin tropes. And as soon as I saw the Blitzkreig button, I'm like, that's not going to do anything except for further plot. It's not going to do anything. And especially when I got brought into the limelight, I'm like, yep, that's not a button.
Nope. It's not a button.
And I'm like, and I didn't know it was. Obviously didn't know it was freaking Captain America's blood in there because holy shit.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay.
Still weirded out about that. But mark my words on that. That is going to be the one connecting point between Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter. That is somehow going to play into the connection between Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter. or vice versa, Agent Carter into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I can believe it. And she's also on the cast list for Age of Ultron, which
Yeah,
I'm curious how that works in.
I'm telling you, I mean, what you have in that bottle is pure, unadulterated, like raw super soldier DNA. Like from what they were describing, that was taken immediately after he was given the super soldier serum. So that is when it is at its strongest. So there's going to be some weirdness there that is going to connect Agent Carter with the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. By the way, freaking Spider-Man! Sorry. Sorry.
You just dated this recording. There you go.
Yeah, I know, right? Much less, I said what the...
Yeah, I know. Aside from saying the date at the beginning of the show, yes.
I'm not excited about that at all. No, not one bit. Super Soldier's DNA. Is she going to cover the whole? How did no one hear? Less Jarvis is less fun. All right. Your turn.
My turn. Jarvis is tell. Lol.
Yeah.
Hey, well, wow, they
The Yankee
telegraphed.
ear.
They telegraphed the heck out of that.
Yeah, right?
And
Yeah.
the lab at SSR or SRR, whatever it is, I can never remember. Pre-shield.
Yeah. Pre-shield. Oh,
Is that the lab from Better Off Ted? Because I mean, it looks the same, and all of the scientists in there act just like
catching
the
fire. Catching different colors of fire each time. Like, tell me these guys were not involved in creating the atom bomb earlier that year.
It's like, where did you find these guys?
Just remember, this is a spy organization a year after World War II ends. So,
and 2 notes on House Lady or Lady House, whatever you call it. They're where all the ladies live.
yeah, Lady House.
Defending young women from compulsion. It's just it's a nice quote.
Freaking feminazi, man. Jesus
Feminazi.
Christ.
And special chicken pocket.
Yes!
Because that just made me laugh.
Yeah, this weird conversation, like,
How to
Peggy's
sneak
like,
food
oh,
in your bra.
I would never steal food. And then, like, her waitress friend's like, oh, no, we all do it. She has a gravy pocket in her purse. Can you make me one of those? Oh, yeah. Like, what the hell?
So-and-so has a special chicken pocket.
Yeah.
Special chicken pocket? I want to know what a special chicken pocket is.
Yeah, her breasts always seem so perky.
And smell delicious.
Yeah, right?
And we finally got our Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah, man.
Which, has he had one in S.H.I.E.L.D.? I don't remember him
I don't think so.
having a cameo in S.H.I.E.L.D., so Agent Carter got one before S.H.I.E.L.D. How about that?
And Lee, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, pardon me, sorry.
To Google to find the answers.
No, he had one.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
What episode? The pilot?
Hold on. Probably one of the bad ones.
Clearly, if I don't remember him at all.
Something was missing. Hermer. Yeah, this is like 2014. Like, this was last year's stuff.
Clearly, it made a big impression on me.
Yeah, it was the episode that aired February 4th, 2014. Whatever episode that was.
Okay. I believe.
Yeah. According to Huffington Post, so there. As you will. Take that with a grain of salt.
We'll verify, or somebody listening will verify.
Well, there's
sure.
images. There's when I did Stan Lee Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there were images of him standing next to Simmons. So it happened.
Maybe he
It was
was,
just
at the
during that
academy
first
when they
half
went
of
there.
Yeah, it was during the first half of the season where everything was weird and dumb, and people were getting used to each other, and it was dumb.
And also, it was dumb.
It was very dumb. That was pre-turn, so I didn't really care too much. Not gonna lie, you go back. I mean, new listeners to the show, for people come in here because I do all sorts of SEO and the postings. Go back and listen to the Geek.io show about that time last year, and you could tell how much animosity I had towards Agents of Shield. And it was Jarred Azevedo and only Jarred Azevedo, and totally not Darren Schuller.
Darren Schuller.
Darren
Shamor.
Yeah, that got me back into Agents of Shield with Turn. In reality, it was kind of both of them because
It was a team effort.
Yeah, Daryl did the Winter Soldier review and then said it tied into Agents of Shield. I'm like, huh, all right. And then you're like, oh my god, it's so good now. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go back and watch the freaking thing, and it was actually very good.
It is very good, and season 2 is phenomenal.
Oh,
I cannot wait for it to come back.
Oh my god, is it March yet?
No,
Damn it.
we still got 4 more Agent Carters to talk about.
Okay.
It's okay. We got Agent Carter in the meantime. That's what she's here for.
And Better Call Saul, which is kind of occupying all of things.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness, Better Call Saul. That's all I got on Agent Carter. So are we ready to go?
Yeah, this is actually my least favorite episode, I have to say. But that being said, I still enjoyed it, but it was my least favorite of the episode so far.
Yeah, I'd say least favorite, but it was still good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was still good. Yeah, I'm
it a
still
lot.
totally totally enjoying
Still
it.
eager to watch the next episode.
Oh yeah,
It should appear on Hulu tomorrow.
there you go. All right, on to Gotham, season 1, episode 15, the Fearsome Dr. Crane.
That's right.
Freaking
Dr. Crane's
Scarecrow,
getting a
man.
two-parter.
You can tell he's a big bad when he gets 2 parts.
But this is, because the next episode is called The Scarecrow.
Yep, all up in Scarecrow's piece.
I haven't watched it yet, but I did see the title.
Yeah.
But it's not
dark.
like the Scarecrow, right? Like this is his dad, right?
No. Well,
Because he even had his son come in at that one point.
I would say that it is probably John.
Because like when he first came out, I was like, he seems too old to be Scarecrow.
Jonathan Crane is hold on. Jonathan Crane.
Dr. Crane.
Yes. Jonathan Crane is the Scarecrow. The kid is the Scarecrow.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And
So
of
course he's emo.
Of course. In the next episode, I'm going to guess what's going to happen in the next episode. Wild speculation, folks. Haven't watched it yet. I'm going to guess that Daddy Crane dies, and other kid gets injected with probably the fear toxin that has just become a thing and goes crazy. That's my guess of what's going to happen. And that's
That sounds about right.
Scarecrow. Because you're starting to, as we get further and further, or closer and closer to the end of the series, or season rather, because it has been renewed, I believe, so the end of the season, you're getting more and more of the Batman villains getting their official origin stories. So I have a feeling that it's going to be Jonathan Crane at the end of the season, or at the end of the episode, like putting on a mask and freaking out and like probably killing that cute redhead chick.
You think she's gonna die?
I have a feeling she's gonna die.
I don't know.
And
Gotta really set up as a love interest for Bullock.
Yeah,
Maybe she'll just die and make him permanently grumpy.
Oh my god, Lusty Bullock is so creepy. Ew.
I kept trying to place that actress. And I went to IMDb and she's in like she's done a guest spot on like every show ever made. So apparently I've seen her somewhere.
Like, she is pretty. She is really good looking, and she's been in like a whole bunch of things, but yeah, none of which are like anything major.
So she's very much a working actress, and I've seen her somewhere before, but I went through her entire IMDb thing. I don't know.
I remember that face and those eyes anywhere.
Yeah, she was in Hitch, and I may own that movie. So
we did
maybe
too.
that's where I saw it.
Rachel's a big Will Smith fan, so we had to buy Hitch, and I don't mind it. It just all right. Creepy Lusty Bullock is so bad. Ew. But then you had the furthering of Jim Gordon and Inara, which was actually really good. I like their dynamic. They're so cute together.
I was like, oh, Jim Gordon's being kind of adorable. I
He's
prefer
being
this Jim
flirty.
Gordon. Yeah.
It's cute. And of course, being Inara, she's so much of a better actress than that horrible Barbara.
Yes, yes. She improves the show significantly. Oh, and there it is,
Yeah.
right there. So much better than Barbara. Okay, we can check that off the list.
But yeah, watching those two together is so adorable, and they have such a good chemistry, and add this level of, I don't want to say innocence, but for lack of a better term, innocence that the rest of the series doesn't have.
Yeah, yeah.
And the thing is, I don't think she's going to die because she's a character in the Batman universe. Like in Batman Prime, she's a character.
Oh, Dr. Tompkins is
Yep.
an actual thing. Oh,
Yep,
okay.
she's still an Arkham Doctor in the future. And from what I could tell, they're trying pretty close to obviously eventually make this a Batman show. So she is a thing then. So I don't know if they're going to stay together, but as long as, I mean, so far I'm enjoying them being together.
Yes, it's a much better thing than Barbara.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Who
Something
I'm sure will show up
horrible
again
is
at
going
some
to
point.
have to happen to her. She is gonna get probably the worst brutal death of all time. Like,
We'll see.
I'm telling you, like, all right.
We may have been made too soft by Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul
You're
to
right.
say she'll get the most brutal death of all time.
Yeah. The ATM machine is gonna fall on her head.
Oh god, that's the worst.
Her train.
Todd Train motorcycle.
Todd Train motorcycle. So you have the first quote-unquote evil thing that the Riddler has done with putting body parts inside of the medical examiner's
That was
locker.
amazing. That was fantastic. Like, oh wow.
This is the first evil act of the Riddler, is putting random body parts in. I don't want to know where he got those body parts from. But putting body parts into the medical examiner's locker, and he got fired for stealing body parts. I'm like, what? I don't understand how. Like, I don't. It hurt my head trying to figure out how that was a fireable offense. Like,
I don't know. Having a locker full of body parts is probably a fireable offense.
corrupt cops, no problem. A couple hands in a guy's locker. Nope, you're gone.
Get your hand out of that corpse.
Yeah, he's still so creepy, man. He's creepy, but he's still fun. Like he brings the fun into the scene.
He's kind of the comedic relief right now.
He kind of is. I mean, even though Riddler, in general is pretty much comedic relief. Like you rarely have Riddler being the bad guy. You kind of have him just to be the occupier and to keep Batman's senses sharp.
Riddle me this.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't. So also, like, the reactions he gets from other people is also what makes it enjoyable. But I'm just kind of waiting for him to go postal. Like,
it'll happen eventually. I don't think it'll be this season.
When creepy hot file room lady gets killed or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be something with her.
I'm really thinking
foreshadowing something there.
Yeah, I'm really trying to make Gotham Breaking Bad. Like, everybody's gonna die.
Everyone's gonna die. He's gonna die. It's gonna be terrible and brutal.
Yeah, I think I have tried to make it Breaking Bad.
Why was she crying? Why was she crying?
I don't know. Like, yeah, it was weird.
What were they setting up there?
Yeah, was she upset that Riddler got suspended or what?
No, she didn't know that at the point, so I don't know.
Or was she genuinely upset that were her and that douchebag that got arrested having an affair, and she got mad because he got arrested or something?
Maybe.
Get your hand out of that corpse. Captain is so awesome in this too, man. She's a great actress. Like, just in general, I enjoy the Captain.
Get your hand out of that corpse. But
Maroni is totally the
something.
Kingpin.
The
Maroni is
Kingpin.
totally the Kingpin, like the Marvel Kingpin. He's totally Wilson Fisk. Like, I'm surprisingly fast for a big guy. I'm like, that's totally the Kingpin.
I did not pick up on that, but yeah. Oh, penguin.
Penguin, man, he's like he's still weirdly good and horrible. Like,
Yes. It's like
within the same scene, he goes from being like a badass to a whimpering snob.
I want to like you. And sometimes I really do, and then I just kind of hate you. I don't know what I'm supposed to feel about you. What is your character?
Yeah, it's just very weird, and like, and at the end with the church scene, that look on his face wasn't like mad or surprised or happy that he was going back to Gotham. It was like a punished toddler. Like, the look on his face is the same look I get from my daughter when I send her to her room from like picking on her brother.
Get on the bus.
Get on the bus with the choir. Come on.
I'm trying to remember how he escaped.
He called the
Oh, that's right.
the owner of the junkyard.
The junkyard. That's right.
And he called the owner. Is like, I'm gonna call
Ran away.
Falcone, and the guy's like, but Maroni said, and Falcone
He's
runs this city. I should stop this.
Run away.
Yeah, I'm out. Peace. Penguin's out.
Okay.
I like Maroni. He's fun. Like, he's fun in that evil kind of awesome way. That you didn't really get from Fish. Like,
You haven't watched Dexter, have you?
No, not yet.
Okay. The same actor's on Dexter playing a very different role, and it's kind of ruined Maroni for me. Because all I can see is Batista, but that's okay.
Fair enough. Penguin still can't find his footing, but I bumps. Better than previous episodes on this one, like, but not as good as last week's.
No. But it's still a strong episode.
Yeah, this is still like my second favorite episode of the entire season so far. So
Even more than Balloon Man?
Balloon Man I liked ironically. Okay. The Balloon Man was awesome. This does need more Balloon Man, but I want Riddler to start off as a bad guy is trying to duplicate Balloon Man's powers.
Balloon Man.
I still want Calendar Man. I still want Calendar Man so bad. And I'm totally invested in the show now. You have a good actress for a love. You have less looking on Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle.
Mm-hmm. You're fixing the problems with Jim Gordon and making him more interesting.
Yeah, exactly. They're finally getting it right, and it's only 15 episodes in.
Yeah, it took a little while, but it's enough to keep me going.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was like I said before, I was gonna give it until the end of season 1 because I am a Batman fan. I was gonna give it that, and now, I mean, if they can keep up this pace, if they can keep up the pace of this episode, I would be happy with it. If they can go back to what they captured with episode 14, I'm completely in. Like, it would probably be one of my favorite series right now if they could keep up the pacing that they had in that episode.
We shall see. My only other notes is Alfred. I just love Alfred.
Oh, dude, Alfred's so great.
Alfred
What's
is
up with
so
strong British butlers in our shows, man? Like,
yes, Jarvis.
Or British butlers in general. Like, you got Jarvis and freaking Alfred. So great.
And they're like the best parts. Alfred's just there for a moment, just to be awesome.
Be surly and great.
Like, why are you here? Man, that was a real dumb idea. Why don't you leave? I'm sorry. Yeah, I bet you are. It's like, well, we should get him some protection. I can handle that. You need to go. Okay.
I want to see the inevitable,
sir.
like, yeah, right, that dejected, like, I just got scolded by my father look on Jim Gordon. I just want to see and this will be inevitable, by the way. You have such a build-up on Alfred, that eventually somebody is going to break into Wayne Manor, probably something to do with the killings of Thomas and Martha. And you are going to have Alfred show why he is such a strong character.
Sounds good.
I mean, and it's always been established. I mean, Alfred has went for, depending on the iteration of Batman, he's either been an MI6 agent, he's been a world-class athlete, he has been a martial artist that has trained the world, even once he's been a member of the League of Assassins. So always, Alfred has been extremely strong. And really, so far, you've had no way to show that because there's not a ton of action in this show. There's a lot of dialogue. And so you haven't had that opportunity for him to actually reveal that bit of himself. It will happen. It's just a matter of when. And I'm not guessing something horrible. Like I said, I'm going to guess somebody breaks into Wayne Manor and he goes commando on him.
And CJ's usually right. Just so you know, everyone. And the guy with the pig phobia and then what they were doing to him. Oh, wow, that was disturbing.
Yeah, this episode was dark as hell, man. Like
walking on that. It's like dude in a crazy pig mask, and pigs running around, and that, I was like, what the? Like, I'm terrified. I'm not scared of pigs, but I don't want to be in this nightmare scenario.
Right? Why did that one thing that I was supposed to send over to this did not go through? What is wrong with the computer?
I don't know. What is it?
Box says it's synced. Stupid.
Mobox. And then finally, the very, very end. What?
Yeah, like the ship being shot up and like
The door opens. They look at each other. And they
fish going like feral.
feral, and there you see like a slight hint of recognition between them. And
yeah,
then, like jumping at
and
each
it's
other.
not only because it's the only two black people in the entire series.
I don't know. It might be. Is that her brother? He's also black, so they must be related somehow.
Yeah, right. His name is Shark Mooney, and
That's all I got for Gotham.
Yeah, it was a good episode, just kind of weird. Hold on a second. I'm distracted trying to get the thing that for some reason did not carry over onto. That's dumb. Don't be dumb. All right, just download the file then. We're actually going to do something a little bit different on our challenge shows this week because a very creative, very great human being was actually taken far before his time. Rooster Teeth's Monty Owen had passed after being in a very bad car accident, and he was only 33. And I haven't told Jazz this or anything like that, but there is a reason why I pushed for us to watch the first season of Ruby. One, because I knew you would like it, but the main
He's not the
reason-
one that died in a car wreck, by the way.
Oh.
He had an allergic reaction during.
Was I thinking of another young person being killed recently?
Yeah, the guy from Joystick.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, we had two
sorry,
like sub 34-year-olds die in 1 week. And,
Yeah.
Tragically, tragically.
Aside from the fact I knew you, I thought you would like Ruby, and I'd watched this once. I watched season 1 once before, but partially also because, like other things I don't tell people, and I'm sorry if I'm going to get emotional here, I've actually had the pleasure of meeting Monty twice now. once at Dragon Con back in 2011, really when he was like when everything was taking off when he first joined Rooster Teeth, and once at MetroCon last year. And both times we sat down and were actually able to talk, and he was just he was very eccentric. Don't get me wrong, he was super eccentric. like if you can't tell from the fact that he wrote most of the later seasons of Red versus Blue, and he wrote all of RWBY, he is an extremely eccentric and creative human being. But alternatively, he was one of the sweetest men I had ever known. My son at Dragon Con, we brought AJ with us, and he was a little over a year old at the time, and he was crying when we actually sat down and talked with him. I'm like, this pretty good looking like Asian dude sits down next to me, and he's wearing a Cloud outfit, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, and he sits down next to us, and he just starts talking to us, and I noticed the Rooster Teeth badge on him and everything like that. And at the time, obviously, I didn't know who he was. Like, I'm just like, this Asian cosplayer is sitting next to me. Apparently, he's sponsored by Rooster Teeth. His name is Monty. Okay. And he, like, AJ didn't want any part of me, didn't want any part of Rachel. He calmed down instantly when Monty came around him. And we just sat and talked for like an hour and a half because he was getting tired of walking around being him and just wanted to sit down and just relax. And we found a quiet corner of the Hilton right above the game room that we just sat and talked and ate pizza. And last year when we went to MetroCon, he was there, and he actually remembered me. And at this time I had watched RWBY, and I got back into watching Red versus Blue. And I'm sorry. And we sat, and most of my time at MetroCon was spent talking with this man who I kind of went on this tangent about not knowing if I was going to keep doing the podcast and stuff like that because I didn't know. There was issues going on at the time within the network that Jazz knows about. And for some reason, I just downloaded on this person that I'd met once before, and he looks at me and puts his arm on my shoulder, puts his hand on my shoulder, and just looks at me and looks me right in the eye and goes, "I've listened to some of your stuff, and if you stop this, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to give you a noogie." And he immediately just walks away. I'm like, huh. Weird. So I was crushed. Like I'd heard, like I didn't hear anything. Like just all of a sudden, like, yeah, Moniona's died. I'm like, what? No freaking way. And the reason why I just heard about the other guy who got hit and got in a car accident and died. I'm like, wow, that is wow. And the coolest thing with this, and something actually is on Rooster Teeth's site, so before I'm going to actually put on a little bit of the RWBY the RWBY opening theme here, because it's awesome, before we get talking about that here. Oh, that's only 1 year. Weird. Okay, there it goes. All right. Now, on to Season 1 of RWBY, RWBY. It is a cel-shaded anime from the guys that did Red vs. Blue. Montione wrote and directed it. Season 1 is 16 episodes. The episodes range between 6 and 16, or no, one is 18 minutes long. What'd you think of it? I'm kind of mentally spent at this very second.
Oh my gosh. I feel bad. because I didn't love it.
Really?
I liked it, and as the more I watched, the more I liked it. But at like the first 3 or 4 episodes, I was like, "What is CJ making me watch? Like this is just hard and not super great." But it kept getting better and better and better. The animation was very distracting for me. Like I know it was probably low budget and probably
all
put
through
together by a small team.
computer program that you could buy for like $50.
Yeah, that too. But it just I don't know. I was like, what? It's like a video game cutscene.
Yeah.
What's happening? What is going
that's
on?
what they were going for.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then if that's what they were going for, then they definitely achieved it. But it just distracted me sometimes.
Yeah.
It was very distracting sometimes because, a dude's hand, he'd be sitting on a table and half of his hand would be through the table.
Like $50 animation program.
Let it go.
This is the people that got rich off of doing stuff like ripping off Halo assets. So
Yeah,
let's let's call a spade a spade. I love the guys, but they're not well known for their animation.
But then it would have like this amazing fight sequence, and like a monster's head gets chopped off, but instead of like a
Right?
blood splatter, there's like these weird flower petal like thing, and it was just kind of beautiful. And like, man, it's like we would do something awesome like that, and then immediately, a dude's arm would go through somebody else, and okay.
The
It was
fight
just so
scenes in
jarring
this were
sometimes.
impeccable. Like
The
I
fight
honestly,
scenes really, really well done.
yeah.
Like those looked fantastic.
I mean, like I said, let's call a spade a spade. These guys are known more for their writing and their comedic timing than anything else. And honestly, rewatching it, I watched it when it first came out, back in 2013, and like it was so long ago, but I watched it back then, and even I thought, I'm like, wow. And it took a few episodes for me to get into it because I'm not a cell shading, I'm not a CG kind of person. I prefer either if you're gonna go like I don't like cell shading. I don't like that. If you're gonna go, either go hand drawn or go like full smooth CG. Oh, pardon me. Damn it. Tacos. Tacos are fighting me back. Demon tacos. But it took like the first few episodes seemed to try and be a little bit too serious. The few times that they allowed themselves to be comedic, like exploding or Crater Girl, when you first had Ruby and Weiss meet up with each other, that was a great scene because it didn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like sometimes the comedy worked for me, and sometimes it just kind of fell flat. Like that one, I was like, okay. And then other times I can't think of anything at the moment, but I'd actually chuckle out loud, and the farther and deeper you go into it, you start getting endeared to these characters, even though
Yes.
they kind of feel they're very cookie cutter, fit into you have the cute one that's stronger than she looks. That she's a little quirky and clumsy, but she's really strong. You have the one that's kind of a bitch, but then sorry.
Yeah, twice.
The show, but
This
really
was a
deep
nugget
down,
show.
she has a heart. And then you have the mysterious quiet one who has, this dark secret, and she's really a lot deeper than you think. And then you have the friendly, wants to be everybody's friend. Yeah, I always feel weird saying hot one when it's a cartoon because it's a cartoon.
It's all right.
But-
It's okay.
But despite all of the failures in animation, they did take time to get the jiggle physics on Yang or whatever her name is right. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, like the hot one. But I like the fact that they didn't amp that up too much on any of the other characters.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
they
just her.
didn't try, even when the other ones were in lingerie, they didn't go too far with that.
Lingerie.
And I do like the fact that they're very particular with what they'll show Ruby in because she's 15.
Oh.
She's 2 years younger than the rest of the group because she impressed the good
pick up
witch,
on how
Glinda,
Glinda the Good Witch.
in the first episode where she went super scythe and freaking was a badass. And I haven't watched the second season yet. I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna make you watch the second season unless you want to. I'm going
I'm
to.
willing to. I'm willing to. We could do a spoiler on the second season.
That works. Just a fair warning, though, from what I was looking at, the second season is the episodes are typically longer.
Yeah, but this one's on Netflix, and that was another thing that I didn't like. Is like the 5 to 7 minute episodes, or the 4 to 7 minute episodes. It was like 2 scenes, and then it cuts off and starts doing the credits again, and then you have to stop and find the next episode and boot that one back up. And
I watched it on
wanted it to
YouTube. I just made a
flow.
playlist of it, so I just went bum
Yeah,
bum
but
bum
even
bum bum bum,
though
bum.
it's still the credits roll in, and
Yeah. I get that. I mean, but alternatively, like I like that shortness because on the low parts of the episodes, you don't have to deal with it for too long.
this is true.
So
If I watch season 2, I'll definitely do it on Netflix, where it's, I assume, a continuous thing, because it's basically broken out in 2 episodes.
Yeah, if it's,
Netflix.
I didn't realize it was on Netflix, so yeah, I will.
Well, it's only been there for a week, so.
Oh, so yeah,
it was there February the 1st. I was like,
yeah, I'll be watching
okay.
I'll be watching season 2 on Netflix too. Then.
Yeah, just so I don't have to do the breaking in between stuff, because that annoyed me to no end.
It's not. I don't make it any secret that I'm a huge Japanophile. So this.
And it does seem to capture the anime feel in 3D animation very well.
So does.
I did get that, but I'm not a super anime person, but I've watched my fair share. I watched all the Gundam Wing and the Dragon Ball Z and the Dragon Ball,
the popular anime,
the Trigun. So all the mainstream stuff I've seen pretty much,
which is fine. I mean, this does lampoon quite a bit of the mainstream anime. So you're not going to be getting into like the weird anime. Like the weirdest you get with this is cat people and monkey people, and
bunny people,
possibly a robot.
She is a robot, right?
I think so.
From the second she showed up, I assumed she was a robot. And then her back opens up and weapons start shooting out of it.
Swords start firing out. I'm like, I'm fairly sure she's a robot.
She is a robot, right?
Knowing anime, sometimes you're not so sure.
You never know. You never do know.
Sometimes somebody's supposed to be a robot and they're just a mutant, or they're just a person that happens to have amazing skills at putting stuff into their body in weird places. Again, I've watched a lot of anime.
I watched Trigun and his weird gun arm.
So you do. I mean, if you're totally anti-anime, like if you hate all things anime and all the tropes that it comes with, this is not for you in any way, shape.
Yeah, it does celebrate the tropes pretty intensely.
Oh yeah, but it stays to the mainstream tropes. You're not going to get the super weird. There's no tentacles or anything like that.
No. This one's very family friendly.
It is actually very family friendly. I mean, it's obviously
aside from
like a
monsters getting their heads getting chopped off, but
even then, blood is not. It's not quote unquote blood. It's the weird monster blood, which is not really anything major. I mean, there's no language. The violence is actually pretty kept to a low.
Yeah. Scratches and bruises.
You are really looking. I mean, really, the target demographic for this is probably around 15, because there's no language. I mean, there's no language. There's nothing like that. It's just, and they even try to avoid a lot of the potty humor. So, which Rooster Teeth is very famous for.
This is true. I think they kind of invented teabagging.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, they do have a lot of they do a lot of the weird tropes, but not anything really horribly egregious.
And see, the more I talk about it, the more I think that I liked it. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting you to love it, because I know you weren't the hugest. Like we've talked about this on the Geek.io show, where like you never struck me as the huge like anime person, but I thought this was detached enough from it for you to actually like it, and I like the fact that you actually enjoyed yourself and didn't hate it.
But I do have this from high school, so.
There you go. Nice.
At the ready. Let's see. Any other notes that I have? The title sequence is awesome.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I love that song, and the
so
animation in the
amazing.
title theme is freaking great. And the other thing that really bothered me was the faceless masses. So like whenever
Yeah,
there's
the
a
black
card
people,
scene,
just black
there's-
people just walking around. And I'm not talking racist,
there
like
was-
literally, they're just black.
No, they're just silhouettes walking around. It's like if this character is not someone who is going to talk, they are
That's
just
another
a silhouette.
trope, though. Like, that is. I mean, even in the hand-drawn anime, if they're not important, typically you won't even have a face for them. They're like, even if they'll have hair, and then that's it. Like,
Yeah.
So I mean, this is
Because
like,
I thought
like
it
I
was,
said, this is
where
this is a
like
$50 application that they're doing this entire thing. Like, I'm not joking. I priced it out. I almost bought it. Like, it's $50.
$50 whole dollars.
You have, you have more people on the direction and voice acting side than you do actually people making the animation for it. So you have like 2 or 3 people doing it. So I mean, for that, I celebrate you. Like, these people are not obviously Pixar people. These are people
No,
like
no.
that. They got famous for doing Halo Machinima.
And but it's funny because
Context.
there'd be like a big a scene where they'd walk in and you'd see one person who's colored in completely, and you're like, oh, okay, so that person's gonna be something important at some point.
Yep.
Nope, there they are. Yeah.
Yeah, Rachel will watch the first couple episodes with it, and first episode she's like, "Why are there a bunch of black people walking around?" I go, "Because this was done on a $50 application. You have 2 people making it."
Lowest.
Um,
So then my final note is the monsters. I was like, I feel like I've seen these somewhere before.
they're
And I kept
very.
looking
If you
at them,
watch,
and I figured it out.
watch like Princess Mononoke and like a bunch of the Studio Ghibli things, it's
Mhm.
very akin to those.
Yeah, and this is probably where this also stole it from, but Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Those are
that
straight
Twilight
up
Princess.
the same monsters.
Yep. Twilight
like-
Princess took a lot of its.
was like,
A lot of the Twilight Princess lore in general was done
Like
off
it
of
just finally clicked
Princess
with me.
Mononoke.
It's like, yeah. I mean, it's like the same art style.
Yep. Oh yeah.
white armor with the red weirdness, and then black bodies.
Yep.
Like,
It is very much so that it's weird mutated bear beasts. I do know, like, I was looking through like for the voice actresses because a couple of the voice actresses sounded like very familiar to me, but none of them actually were, because literally like Weiss's voice is a production assistant.
Yeah, well, use
Hey,
what you need.
we need a voice. We need a voice. Who's a girl? Hey, hey, you, come here.
Hey, you're a girl.
Come here. You just got me coffee. Bring me my coffee. No. Bring me my coffee. No. Bring me the coffee.
Could you read this?
Yeah, read this.
Perfect.
Read this right here. Here's your script.
That'll work.
Now go get me coffee. So yeah, I'm totally gonna watch it. I don't. You could watch if we'll do another challenge episode of it next
I'm
week.
down with it.
It won't be in the middle of the week when I find out freaking a guy that I felt weirdly emotionally attached to died.
We'll get a little more preparation. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think Volume 2 is like another 20 to 30 minutes longer than
Yeah.
Volume 1, so more time.
So
would
yeah,
be nice.
you have a full week to get that one done instead of like 4 days.
Okay.
And another reason why
I'll
we
try.
did this is I watched no True Detective because work weirdness did weird things with HBO Go, and I just haven't gotten around to watching them at home or ripping them down totally legally.
Totally.
I'm on Amazon Prime or anything like that. So I haven't gotten around to it. Been really busy this week.
I understand. I barely
Oh.
got this. I watched episode 16 30 minutes before we started the show.
Fantastic. All right, so let's say we go ahead and wrap this up.
Yep, it's been a little bit long, so let's wrap this baby up.
It has been. All right.
But we had
I went on a diatribe because
it's a very special small screen spoiler show.
Yeah, on a very special episode of Small Screen Spoiler Show, Jared said bitch for the second time. All right, so if you want to email us over at geekioshow@gmail.com. Just put S4 or spoilers in the title somewhere in there so I can actually make sure I read it on this show. Twitter's Geek.io Show, Facebook.com/Geek.io Show. Website is geek-io.net/spoiler show. Geek-io.net for all of your geeky goodness. If you want to support us and the network in general, you head over to Patreon, patreon.com/geekio to help support us and bring more stuff to you. Anything else at all before we announce the possible show title candidates and head on out of here?
Good. It's tight. It's tight.
Tight. All right, so show title candidates: high def VHS. If you need your voice box, you're a spy. Smooth jazz brick removal. A locker full of body parts. Damon tacos.
Damon? That's supposed to be Demon.
You wrote Damon, Linux person. You freaking Linux user. You never know if it's a robot. It's not X-Roar Chun.
Those are just my quotes that I was gonna use for the nicknames, but you got there first.
Oh.
But you can read them if you want to.
Okay, get your hand out of that corpse. The cooler looks like trichinosis stew. Slippin' Jimmy. I don't think that's what a sloth sounds like. I like the fact that we trade back and forth on nicknames for each other. That works.
But see, I'm like paying attention now. I'm looking for them. I write them down whenever I hear one that I like.
Yeah, right. I actually have them on my Google Calendar because, like, at about 9 o'clock ish, like, I'll get a pop up saying, "These are your options to make Jazz's nickname as embarrassing as possible." All right, folks.
I really wanted you to be CJ Slippin' Jimmy Boat, but that's okay.
All right. On that note, we're going to go ahead and head on out of here. We will see you next week on Small Screen Spoiler Show. Bye.
Bye.
This has been a Geek.io production. Copyright 2015. Geek.io. Geek and Geek.
All right.